New at 11, multiple sources tell ABC 7 News a work laptop belonging to Alameda County DA Pamela Price was stolen from her vehicle.
KTVU has learned that District Attorney Price was a victim of a car break-in in Oakland yesterday. That incident happened at 27th and Telegraph outside the Family Justice Centers.
So now the light on crime policies have hit the Oakland DA, but this story is crazy. So this is the Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price. Now, she is a progressive DA. The criminal justice system is racist, and she's going to change it by letting criminals go free. Now listen, people, I do a lot of these videos, but this woman is extreme. I mean, she's totally insane. In one case where a baby was killed by gangbangers shooting across the street at each other, she's literally advocating that the killers get no jail time. I'm not joking.
Price wrote this email as an update on the Jasper Woo case, the little boy lost to gang violence in November of 2021.
23-month-old Jasper Woo lost his life to a stray bullet while riding in his car seat.
It happened because two rival gangs were having a rolling gun battle on Highway 880.
Three men, Trevor Green, Johnny Jackson, and Ivory Bevins, have their preliminary hearing on murder charges in 3 weeks. A member of the AAPI community asked Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price for an update on the case. And Price sent this email yesterday that reads in part, "Our office is currently working on a partnership with the Asian Law Caucus to support AAPI victims of violence in ways that open up broader possibilities for healing and non-carceral forms of accountability." Non-carceral, meaning no jail time, even for violent criminals.
If I were Jasper's parents, I would be highly offended and I would be very fearful.
Norbert Chu is a retired Alameda County Senior Deputy District Attorney. He served for 35 years. He says looking at that email, it is clear Price is paving the way for lesser charges and lesser sentencing in the Jasper Woo case. He called it insulting.
Now let me explain to you what's happening. See, a billionaire named George Soros understood that the elections that really affect people's lives are not the presidential elections, but the elections at the local level. Think about it. The person who wins the White House has little or no effect on your daily lives in the majority of cases. But the local prosecutes crimes will. And if you really dig deeper into it, it's a great financial decision. See, if George Soros gave $1 million to the presidential candidate, that's a drop in a bucket. They have to advertise in 50 states and run a nationwide campaign. But if you give $1 million to a local DA, that's huge for them. They only have to advertise in a local community. You essentially get a lot more bang for your buck. So Soros started sending money to helping these progressive DAs get elected all across the country. He gave money if you were light on crime. But why? Why target local DAs? Well, think about it. If a state passes a law and if you violate that law, you generally get arrested by the police, but it's the DAs that have to prosecute you, and that's how you're held accountable. But Soros understood if you can get DAs who won't prosecute crimes, then effectively the law doesn't matter. The law becomes meaningless. Take shoplifting as an example. See, the Soros DAs will not prosecute anyone for shoplifting, so it essentially means shoplifting is legal. And as a result, you get situations like this where people just steal and have no consequences. Here's what happened when CNN went to a Walmart in the Bay Area and they were only there for 30 minutes. And this is what happened.
Typical that in the 30 minutes we were at this Walgreens, we watched 3 people, including this man, steal.
Did that guy pay? Did that guy pay? He didn't pay.
Walgreens says this Richmond neighborhood store with aisles of products like mustard locked behind plexiglass has the highest theft rate of all their nearly 9,000 U.S. stores, hit more than a dozen times a day. When thieves turned to cleaning out ice cream and frozen burritos, workers grew so frustrated they resorted to the chains. They were ordered down by corporate because of the negative messaging.
Now, Oakland went super woke. They defunded the police and they hired a Soros DA that went light on crime. Now, this is what crime looked like before they dismantled the police department and went woke.
Oakland is seeing a dramatic drop in the crime rate, especially when it comes to murder.
KPIX5's Ann Makovic takes a look at the strategy by the police department, and it appears to be working.
Yeah, good news is certainly welcome. This is a city that has averaged more than 100 homicides a year for the last 4+ decades. And today, Oakland leaders releasing the annual crime data report, which they say shows a steady 5-year decline in shootings, homicides, and robberies. There were 75 homicides occurring in Oakland last year. That is down from 85 in 2016, and that follows that downward trend. 2016 brought a 12% drop in violent crime versus the 5-year average, and a 20% drop in robberies. The police department has credited the improvement on a more prominent police presence and getting help from the community. With better technology, more residents and business owners are giving police video evidence of crime. Churches, youth groups, and nonprofits have also been stepping up their work in prevention.
Now, that was in 2018. Now, here we are in 2021, after the George Floyd incident, after the defunding of the police. This is what the crime stats look like today.
We wanted to take a closer look at crime in Oakland, so we pulled some of the crime statistics, and these are citywide. Overall, violent crimes are up 12% this year compared to the same time last year. And that includes homicides, assaults, and robberies. Now, some of the biggest increases within that group are homicides, up 51%. Carjackings up 97% compared to this time last year.
Now, why is crime exploding? Well, Oakland defunded the police.
In Oakland tonight, defunding the police has become a reality. Hours ago, the council voted to take more than $18 million away from the police department to invest in violence prevention programs.
Where 3 hours ago, the city recorded its 62nd homicide of the year. A man shot and killed on Chestnut Street and West Grand Avenue. No word on a motive yet. This latest homicide comes after a vote by the city council last night to cut the mayor's proposed police budget by $18.4 million. The mayor says that's going to result in the loss of 50 police officer jobs at a time when violent crime is way up. Those backing the cuts say the money's better spent on violence prevention programs.
And on top of that, they hired their light on crime prosecutor. Now, this DA is so pro-criminal that she even attacks judges that don't go along with her let anyone out of jail free card. Check this out.
And Pamela Price has been criticized.
Yeah, tonight we are hearing from people unhappy with what the DA is doing and how she's doing it. Price recently took the extraordinary step of announcing in a social media video that she will try to prevent a veteran judge from ever hearing a criminal case again.
Can she do that? ABC 7 News IT reporter Dan Noyes has been looking into it, and you're here with the info for us now. Dan.
Well, Amma and Dan, once again, Pam Price has refused my request for an interview, but she's trying a new tactic, posting recorded statements on social media that don't allow for any follow-up questions.
Several longtime veterans in the field of criminal justice, lawyers and judges tell me they've never seen anything like this. A district attorney going on social media and attacking a judge.
Judge Mark McCannon overstepped his boundaries as a judicial officer.
Pam Price says that Mark McCannon, Superior Court judge for 10 years, appointed by Governor Jerry Brown, before that an Alameda County prosecutor for 16 years, should hear no more criminal cases.
My office will file a motion to disqualify him from hearing any criminal cases being prosecuted by our office.
It's all because Judge McCannon rejected the plea deal Price offered Delonzo Logwood, accused of 3 murders, one during a carjacking robbery, a murder for hire, and killing a witness set to testify against his stepbrother. He faces 75 years to life in prison if convicted. Price offered him 15 years on a single voluntary manslaughter charge. And this week, after Judge McCannon denied Price's motion to remove himself for bias, she announced she's going to prevent him from hearing any criminal cases.
This guy has 3 murders under his belt. Carjacking, murder for hire. That means he's a hired assassin. And she only wants to give him 15 years? That's insanity. And because the judge doesn't want to go along with it, she's trying to get the judge thrown off the bench. Crazy, huh? So the good people of Oakland seem to have had enough, and they are moving to recall this DA.
It's a recall effort targeting Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price. Out in force today, gathering signatures. KTVU's Zach Soss joining us live after speaking with some of the residents who signed the petition to remove Price from office. Zach?
Yeah, some of those signatures obtained by going door to door in the county, others through a sign-up station they manned in West Oakland. I did ask a number of residents who came through and signed that petition why they were supporting the recall, all of them pointing to Price's handling of criminal cases.
Come out for the recall right here.
Just 10 months into her term as Alameda County DA, Pamela Price facing a ramping up recall effort.
I lived in Oakland for 30 years and it's never been as bad as it is now.
Robert Madeira, part of a steady stream of county residents signing a petition to unseat Price on Sunday in West Oakland.
I want change. We had a lot of crime going on.
Frankly, I'm just afraid to come over in Oakland. I'm afraid to come here. And I'm a Marine.
Now, this is also on the heels of the good people of San Francisco recalling their woke DA for doing the exact same things.
Tonight, new fallout after a stunning defeat. Voters in one of the most progressive cities in America removing their progressive district attorney from his job.
People are right to be frustrated. There's so much room for improvement.
Chesa Boudin was elected touting alternatives to prison and recalled in a landslide.
So now the good people of Oakland want to get some common sense back, right? Like allowing a guy with 3 murders under his belt to just walk out of jail is a little too progressive for normal people. And now the woke DF California is a victim of her own policies. She called the police after her car was broken into. And because response times are so bad, she had to wait an hour for them to respond. Over an hour before giving up. So I say you get what you vote for. Defund the police, you hire this crazy prosecutor, and now crime is off the charts. But a part of me does feel sad for the good people of Oakland because they had it good before. Crime was going down, but they decided to go woke, and unfortunately, it looks like it's not working out for them. So we'll see how the recall election works out. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. And my name is Nate the Lawyer, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.